There's a very simple tactic that you need to use when a guy asks you out on a date or asks for your number, and it is to say no. You just say no. Because after you say no, how that man reacts is going to tell you everything you need to know about him. What, are you in a relationship? That man will never see you as an individual that exists outside of the man's gaze. What? Why not? That man will never respect your decisions and your no. What, you think you're that fucking hot? You think that you're that good? That guy has an inflated ego and he is aggressive and he is dangerous. There are a million and one ways that a man will react to that question, and it's going to tell you a lot of different things about someone's personality, and that's for you to gauge. But the one that you want to look out for and prioritize is the guy that says, okay, cool. I hope you have a good night. Thank you. It was lovely to meet you, and walks away. You grab that man. You grab that man and you give him your number because he respects women.
So men don't approach women anymore because they're often referred to as creeps and they're scared of rejection is something that I hear a lot of. And I wanted to personally speak to this because I have a lot to say, because I am the biggest supporter of men being men and men pursuing women. Okay, so I'll preface this by saying that. But the problem is a lot of men pursue women knowing that that woman is not interested in them. And therefore it leads to this negative culture with it. I could speak from my personal experience. I am a very respectful person. For the most part, any person that has ever approached me, tried to pursue me, that I knew I was not interested in, that person did not leave thinking about, oh, I've been rejected. What a terrible experience. They were never felt like a creep. None of that. However, I cannot tell you how many times I had been diplomatic or respectful about the decline, and it has led me to being borderline harassed. Whatever the reason it may be at the time that I had rejected these people, I have heard things along the lines of not caring that I was in a relationship or insinuating that my relationship is not going to work out or not serious. I have been told, don't worry, I like guys, so don't worry about it. Like it was just clearly a lie. I've been told so many things under the sun. I've had people follow me. I've had people grab me, like while walking, to stop me. I've had a man grab me, right? So this is where you start to have this negative perception about this idea of being approached. And so the issue lies in the fact of men being able to decipher when a woman is genuinely interested, especially when that woman is very, very clear with her intentions. When someone says, I'm not interested, I'm not available, no, anything alluding to the fact of no or not interested needs to be taken with thank you, have a nice day. And that's how we create respectful encounters with approaches. And that's all it takes. And I think it's just certain people that overdo it and give a negative kind of perception of it based on the fact that they have no idea how to read social cues or they just don't care to, and that's a huge problem. And that's my 2 cents.
These black men that are commenting on my video about black men not approaching women anymore, they starting to get on my nerves. Like, I get it. Half of y'all don't like women. Don't know what that's about, but no, I ain't gonna go into that. Another percent is just going off of trends of social media. Another percent believe that they're the prize. And then there's a small percentage of black men that are like, we're just happy to be here. We're going to take the chance because we love black women. They're actually like giving advice to people, not coming with negativity and saying, y'all women this, y'all women that. So women, if y'all want to add to this conversation, please do. All those men with all that negative energy, please move to the back immediately.
Here's one of the problems with dating in our society right now is that when you're on a walk, doesn't matter where, you can be like in the cutest area, the cutest, hottest people hang out there, and you're just like walking, and then you see a hot guy approaching and he's wearing a hat and his sunglasses, and you know he sees you and you see him. And then the closer you get, you're like getting ready to be like, you know, not that that will get you really anywhere, because who's stopping to be like, stop, your smile was so amazing, I have to flirt with you. It could happen, you never know. So anyways, you're getting close, the moment's building, and then you finally get close and you look up to see the guy and he looks at his phone. It's like, that was your moment, dude. That was your moment to stare me in the eye and just be like, I think you're cute. But no, you have to look at your phone because you're a little pussy ass bitch. Along with the no phone parties that I'm obsessed with, I think we should do no phone walks. Even though I'm on my phone right now talking to my camera, no one's stopping me. But you know what? I see no one. I bet you if I walk past someone right now while I'm talking, I'm going to say, hi, how are you? what's wrong with a hi, how are you? There's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, I did just see a really hot guy, and that was what triggered this whole thought, because we saw each other. We were both looking cool, and then the moment approached and I looked and he looked down. Fuck, that might be the key source in one of the areas that are wrong with dating right now. I just want to say it. I'm putting it out there. Let me know what you think. Would you stop and say hi to someone on a walk? Let me know.
It's so funny to me when guys are like, girls should approach guys at the gym first, or a girl should make the first move on their gym crush, or the guys in the gym in general first. But to me, in my experience, every time I get near a guy, they literally run away. Like, I could go to a machine right next to them, or like, you know how the squat racks are right next to each other? I could go on one side of the squat rack, and for some reason, I guess they're done with their set or something, but they will literally run off. And that's just my personal experience. And from what I've noticed, when I get close to someone at the gym, whether it's a guy or a girl, most of the time, if it's a girl, they're pretty receptive. Like, I think girls are getting more comfortable in the gym, especially if there's another girl around, like, you feel a little bit more comfortable. But I've noticed that when I get close to a guy, if I'm working on a machine next to him, or if I'm on a squat rack or whatever, they will literally pack up their shit and go. Or they will just like completely turn the side and not even pay attention to you. Like, they will literally do everything they can to avoid eye contact. So it's like, it's really hard to actually go through with that when it's not very receptive, you know? And it's like, I don't want to chase them down at the same time. Like, I don't want to force anything. I feel like, I don't know.
Okay, I just have a quick gym rant. I was like benching today and I was trying to get a PR, but I didn't want to die and like smash it on my face. So I like spent 5 minutes in fear trying to ask a guy to spot me because there were no girls at the gym today. And I asked the guy next to me just because he was benching too. And I was like, hey, can you spot me? He was like, like, okay. So I do it and I get 2 done. And then he just walks away. I was like, hey, thanks. Like, I just didn't want to die, like making a joke. And he just kind of rolled his eyes at me. And I feel like when I'm like overweight, like everyone just thinks I'm hitting on them and I'm not. I'm just trying to be nice. But maybe that's just my body dysmorphia. I don't know. But like, does anyone else ever get that feeling? Because I was leaving the gym today too. And this guy was coming in and he didn't even hold the door open. He just slammed it in my face. And he like saw me coming and I'm like, I don't know. It just like doesn't feel good.
Where are the men? Where are the Christian men? But like, seriously, where are the men? Because I went to the sauna today and this is like, I don't know, the umpteenth time that this has happened. So it's just fresh on the mind from today. I walk in and there are 7 men sitting in the sauna and taking up the top and bottom row, spread, you know how the men do. And not one looks up at me. Not one says hello. Not one offers me their seat. Not one even like scooshes over or gestures, nothing. They just staring at their phones, don't look up. I know that they see me walk in. I mean, it's pretty obvious when someone walks into the sauna. And the standard has been set because there has been, I can count twice, when a man has offered for me to sit in their seat. And I said, it's okay, you know, and they said, no, sit. Because you're a woman, because you deserve to sit. I don't need to sit. I'm a man. But where are the men? These are boys. These are childish, immature boys who are scared to what? Ask if I want a seat, scared to scooch over, scared to look up at me even? I don't know. I don't get it because you're a man. Be a freaking man. Be chivalrous. Be kind. Be generous. Look out for women because women need that. I don't care what like the girl boss women have told you. Like, we need that. We need men to treat us right. And this is like a really big point for me because I have 3 daughters. So I don't want them to marry a sissy man who won't look up and offer their seat to a woman when they need it. And this has also happened on like buses, on trains when I've had like my 2 children with me, when I'm at the airport and I need help and nobody looks up. Look up and help.
Male loneliness epidemic. Yeah. Do you want to know the last time a man held the door open for me? Do you want to know the last time a man wanted to see me in the daylight? Do you want to know the last time a man bought me flowers? Do you want to know the last time a man picked me up for a date? I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to be treated like complete fucking dog shit. I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to receive the bare minimum from a man. At the end of the day, I can do all those things for me and I can do it without some man bitching and whining and moaning in my ear about it. I dated a guy one time and he told me, well, I can't buy you flowers that much because then you're just going to expect it. And it's not going to be a special. Why isn't it just like a normal thing that you regularly do? And I also had to ask for flowers. And he never held the door open for me. The last time I was involved with a man that I wanted to date, he threatened to delete my nudes when I pissed him off. And then he gaslit me and called me crazy. And the whole time he was talking to a complete other girl. And also, I don't really feel like getting into a relationship and then immediately being pressured by society to get married, have children, start a family. Because apparently that's all that women are good for in this day and age. And I've done the math. My life is just a whole lot better and easier without a man in my life dating me, because at the end of the day, I don't need to depend on them for happiness, and I'm way better off on my own. And until a man wants to treat me right, then I'm fine being single. So maybe do better.
Is it just me, or are men acting more and more like girls nowadays? Like they don't even want to do it anymore. Like they're always like, oh, I'm not in the mood, or I'm way too tired, or I just don't feel like it. Like, what the fuck? You would think they're the ones with a period or something. It's like, come on, I need a very, very active man. Does that exist still? Does a man with libido even still exist? Like, is that out there somewhere?
As soon as a man starts feeling like he's the prize, listen, honey, start preparing to wrap that shit up, okay? And exit stage left, because as a man, why do you feel like that? What is up with the men these days having such a big ego and like trying to have a penis measuring contest with their girls? Like, that's weird. Men are weird, and these men need to do better. Like, I'm confused. And quite frankly, it's sassy. I know y'all tired of hearing that, but like that's called sassy behavior. Like, why are you in competition with a woman? You're a woman at that. Why are you letting your ego get in the way of your relationship with a woman?
Why men stop chasing? Y'all know, Becky. You want to know. Number one, you become too available. Too available. Men love pursuing a woman and chasing after her and wanting to get her. It's a game that they want to win, just like any other game. Fucking golf, any freaking sport. If you drop everything, the second that man texts you, he is not going to see your time as valuable at all. Number two, sometimes he just got what he wanted. Maybe Jimmy wanted sex with you and he got sex with you. That's intimacy. He got it. He's done. Maybe he wanted attention. Maybe he just wanted you to notice him and approach him at a bar. He got that. He's out. If the chase ends, so does the effort. This smells so fucking good. The mystery disappears. The mystery is like foreplay. And if that expires, the buildup expires, then curiosity fuels interest. Don't give him the whole story on date one. Last but not fucking least, sit down while I tell you this. Brace yourself. Jimmy was never interested. Never. He never wanted to pursue you. If he's hot and cold, he's interested one time, not interested the next. He's on and off, only texting you on weekends. He never had real intentions to begin with. So that means that you didn't do anything wrong, but you're just not the one. I hate when people blame themselves because, like, honestly, if it's not meant to be, it won't be. Be completely and utterly your authentic self. And if he walks away, leave the door wide fucking open and slam it on him when he leaves. The right one will come. Don't settle for Jimmy. Just like be the one they regret losing.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive woman to be more difficult and more demanding. Instead, what men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it to them, okay? In their mind, they think to themselves that if I date a less attractive person, I can get away with more. They won't be as demanding. They'll be more peaceful. When in reality, so many men give women the chaos. They are the ones that bring the chaos. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to see their actions. They don't want their fragile ego to be hurt because they have been propped up their entire lives by society. And when a woman calls them out for their behavior, they don't like it. So instead, this is how black and white they think. Well, if I go for someone easier and who demands less, which is someone that's less attractive, she won't need so much from me. And they would rather do that than own up to their mistakes and actually change as a man. They would go for someone that they're less attracted to because they don't want to change who they are.
That is how black and white they think. They won't even go for even like the person that they're ideally more physically attracted to. They will be with someone less attractive just because that they will put up with more, because these men want to be able to get away with cheating. They want to be able to get away with going to strip clubs. They want to be able to get away with a lot more behavior with someone who won't demand as much, because it's easier. It's just simply easier with how these men want to date these days. So it's really wild how these men are thinking. Don't even know how to go about it, honestly, anymore. Men cease to amaze me every single day.
I think I kind of get it why so many men are single. Earlier this morning, I went to this like dating singles mixer event. Trying to play it cool. I was just like, I'm just here for the free food. But obviously, like, let me see who else is here. And let me tell you, the people that showed up did disappoint. And I want to have faith for people who came to the event, because I was like, we're all putting ourselves out there. It's a scary thing to meet people and to like interact with people, especially something so vulnerable as dating. But at the same time, why did I kind of regret it a little bit too? So at the event, I met people. I don't necessarily find myself being comfortable around new people, but I still try. I still try to ask questions, try to be engaging, try to like really put myself out there. But for the men that I interacted, a lot of it was deadpan conversations. And I don't necessarily know if they were like bored with me, which is okay, fine, give me nothing, or if it was also just the weight of my back breaking from carrying this conversation. Positive interactions I did have did come from group conversation, which I really appreciated with, in the sense of I think it was nice to be able to rely on other people to carry a conversation, because I struggled so hard to carry a one-on-one conversation with those people. I'm glad that it was a group event and it was a good mixer and mingle. The food was good too. But this free meal definitely came at a cost.
For research purposes, I need to know if I were like a 30 to 40-year-old male and I was looking to date, I was not still hung up on an ex or living with an ex. I'm ambitious. So I'm either currently successful or working towards being successful, and emotionally available, open to things like therapy. And my only hobby isn't just the gym or video games. Where would I be hanging out? Don't say dating apps. Where are you? Where are they? I mean, for research purposes. Like, this is figuratively speaking, of course.
I really need somebody to help me understand, why are there so many amazing, amazing single women out there that want to be with somebody? And these dudes, so many of these dudes will not step up to the plate. Like, what is happening? Why are the men so all about hanging out with the bros and doing stuff with the bros? My bros, my bros, my bros, my bros, my bros. Like, why don't you want to marry me? Like, I'm amazing. I would still let you hang out with your bros. Like, what is happening? Why are there so many amazing single women? And don't tell me it's the women. It's like they are willing to commit. They do commit to other things. They take care of themselves. They're ready to get married. They want to get married. They are beautiful on the inside and on the outside. There are a lot of God-fearing women that are single. I'm just so confused. Like, I just genuinely don't understand why men don't pursue women anymore. It's just such a small amount of people that actually do it.
Men on the dating apps that are talking about how they want to be active all the time and all they want to do is hunt and fish and be on the lake 24 hours a day, and they like to run and do marathons, and they don't like to sit still, and they like to be busy all the time and just go, and they have a big group of friends and blah, blah, blah. You're not for me. And that's fine, because I'm probably not for you. Because if I was to list off my hobbies, if that's all that my dating profile, just a list of my hobbies, it would go something like this: napping, shopping, going through the car wash, making TikTok, being antisocial. I'm kind of obsessed with doing laundry. I take a lot of things back to UPS for Amazon. That's kind of my social hour. I like to get my nails done at least every 2 weeks and a pedicure. So if you can keep up with that, then we're golden. But I'm not going to be able to keep up with you in your marathons and your circles of friends that do all kinds of shit, because I'm 52 and I'm just ready to slow down. I'm not ready to be faster. I just don't see how I'm ever going to have any luck on these dating apps because of this situation. So are guys really that busy? Do they really want to go, go, go? Where are the men that want to just come home, make a nice dinner, go for a walk, watch some TV, and go to bed? Where are the men that want leisurely weekend trips and don't want to out watching sports and eating appetizers with their friends and everybody every night, or going to parties constantly, or at the lake 24 hours a day? Because I'm just not that person. I'm not really hopeful that I'm going to find somebody that is a little more like chill.
No, but for real, like, I want to get married, but I'm tired of dating. I'm so sick of it. It's to the point that I'm okay with not dating, but I want to get married. Where's the freak is the in-between? I told this girl who's a flight attendant, and she's like telling me the same thing. I said, girl, if I was a flight attendant, I'd just have a boyfriend in every continent, every city, every state, every country. At this point, at this age, at 33 and 30s, and it ain't working. So might as well have a couple, because it's a shit show here.
We are in a nonchalant epidemic. I am genuinely so sick and tired of it. Nobody wants to yearn and feel deeply for another soul. Everyone's trying to play it so cool, and especially the men. This nonchalant act is pushing you further and further away from connection. I don't know what y'all were taught. I don't know if this is something culturally, on a societal level. I don't know what it is, but this whole too cool for school act and acting like you're not really geeked over a girl and you're just chilling and blah, blah, blah. That whole act is so dead. I'm so sorry. That genuinely is not going anywhere with me. I'm just so over everyone acting like they don't feel anything. Like, you are allowed to tell a girl, wow, you are drop dead gorgeous. Like, I'm in awe of you. Or I was thinking about you so much. Or I miss you. And I wish you were here. Like, it's okay to say things like that. Like, I'm just so tired of everyone pretending like they don't care. Because for those of us that are actually real lovers and real yearners, I'm like, why am I getting beat up? Because you're not in touch with your emotions. This makes no sense. And how are any of us going to experience real love and real connection if 50% of us are acting like we don't care if the other lives or dies?
Something I don't think enough people realize is that if you are single and you are content with your life, that actually makes dating exponentially harder. Like, yes, I know dating is optional, but I would like a husband, and unfortunately that does require me going on dates. But like, I've kind of hit a point where I am just like content with the people and the things that I have in my life, that asking me to go on a date feels like pulling teeth. Because that means my choices are to either spend time by myself, which I enjoy, to hang out with the friends or family that I love, probably doing something fun, or to hang out with a random that I may or may not hate by the end of it. Like, I feel like it makes it hard for me to want to do that.
I did this crazy thing yesterday where I went out into the wild and I talked to men. I know. I needed proof that the men in the comment sections of my videos, the ones that leave horrendous comments, didn't represent how all men think. So I asked 6 men, 2 in their 20s, 1 in his 40s, 1 in his 50s, and 2 in their 70s, if they've ever held a door for a woman and if she's ever yelled at them for it. And they all said yes. If you're a woman and you're yelling at a man in public for holding the door for you, shame on you. Men hold the door for me every day, all different places. And you know what I say? Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And that is the only reasonable response. Anyway, I asked these guys, as a result of that, do you no longer hold doors for women? To which they all replied, no. One said, just because she's crazy doesn't mean I am. Another said, just because she has no standards doesn't mean that I don't. And the last one said, she's a woman. I'm a man. That's how I was raised. I will continue to hold doors for women. And so my social experiment is done, and the men in the comment section can just stay in the comment section.
The comments on this video are harrowing because it really shows that men have no idea what the difference between sexual harassment and flirting is. Literally, Google it. Sexual harassment, commenting on a woman's body, being inappropriate to her, whistling from a car, is not the same thing as having a genuine romantic interest in someone. It's about respect. Sexual harassment, the goal is not to actually get your number or to sleep with you. The goal is to remind you that you are in a public space and that your body is not yours.
that once you go into a public space, you're free to be commented on and sexualized. This is the whole fucking problem. Women saying that men don't politely, respectfully approach them in a romantic way is not the same thing as women complaining about sexual harassment.
Tell me why I get so mad when an ugly man approaches me or tries to hit on me. Like, the audacity, like, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.